Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Glad you guys were able to make it with us once again.
Man, bro code.
That bro code.
Man.
Now, we got this wild, that it, just hearing it makes me say, dang, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we just gonna let y'all see this clip, and then we gonna get right back to you.
CPS says security cameras showed elementary school students engaging in inappropriate behavior during recess, but a mother claims it was sexual assault.
WDRB's Valerie Chin explains how that mom was able to see the video.
Part of Lincoln Elementary's playground is blocked off, saying no play beyond this point. Monet Simon says that's the area she witnessed 4 girls caught on surveillance video.
What did you see them doing?
Very explicit, from kissing, from a little girl's pants down, from hiding their heads under their coats.
Simon watched the video after filing an open records request, wanting to see video of her 6-year-old son. She says the school accused her first grader of pulling a girl's hair, but she didn't realize what she would see instead.
Actually, my son, I seen them on there one time crying. I seen them on there one time playing by himself. I seen them on one time actually playing with the kids, but never pulling their hair. After we watched my son, there was a camera that was off to the side, and we was like, okay, well, let's see if he went over there and maybe, did something on the side. And that's when I seen them little girls doing very much inappropriate things.
This email tells Simon she can't have a copy of the video, but can make an appointment to see it in their office, and that's what she said she did on February 3rd.
You were with a JCPS staff member.
I was.
What was their reaction?
Oh, I was shaking, and she was just like mouth dropped, like speechless. So it's not something that it's not something you see every day, but as a parent, and if it's your child, you definitely want to see the video.
Simon says she then went to her school and tried to talk to the principal and assistant principal, but wasn't able to.
Instead, I just told the office staff, y'all have sexual assault going on this property, and y'all need to correct it. And I will be going to the higher ups to inform them about it too. I left the school building, and not even 15 minutes later, I got a phone call from the principal asking me about the sexual assault that I seen.
A day later, this letter was sent to parents from Principal Samantha Miller. The letter said security cameras captured students engaging in inappropriate behavior during wellness time last month, which is recess. JCPS won't release more details about the incident, but says its police department and child protective services are aware, and the district is following up with the parents of the students.
How long were the girls in that area of the playground?
5 to 6 minutes.
And where did you see the teachers during this time?
Nowhere. The teachers was nowhere in that facility. The teachers is far.
Simon says her son served in-school suspension for hair pulling that the video showed he never did. She wants an apology from JCPS and wants the district to be more transparent.
I don't have to lie about no kids, because these is kids at the end of the day, and I'm a mother first. So whatever I see and how I see it, I'm going to put it just that way. I don't have to cover up any truth.
Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
We also asked JCPS about the allegations made against Simon's son and whether the in-school suspension would be removed from his record. JCPS says it can't provide information on specific students.
Man, bro. You know what's the odds of them sitting here accusing her son of doing something that he wasn't shown doing, and all this end up coming out because she had to review the photos, the video.
Bro, I'm gonna say this, man. When I watched it, bro, it was like
That's crazy.
God's playing in action, because he revealed the greater, a greater travesty. You know what I mean? And not to mention the boy was found innocent of doing what he was accused of. That wasn't even caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they had a good 5 minutes of that video to watch these little girls doing inappropriate things.
Yes.
We're talking about kids. We're not talking about adults or anything. We're talking about kids and where they learning that from, and then most of all, where the teachers where they had that type of time for pants to be pulled down and all types of other stuff. You know what I mean? So you just really kind of gotta think about where was the supervision that was there. I mean, your take on it, man. What you think, bro? I mean, that's for me.
No, I feel you, bro. I'm gonna just say, I'm in agreement with you, because how is they even able to go ahead and be in a hidden spot? You know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
their teachers don't know about this spot over here that's hidden and tucked off away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not watching them areas because those are the areas they need to watch. They need to be on the perimeter so they can
Right.
look at the interior. The kids should be in the interior. The teachers should be on the perimeter to make sure that they ain't leaving the school. They ain't able to get out. They ain't doing nothing they ain't supposed to be doing.
Right.
They got eyes on them.
Well, you know, kids are smart. You know what I mean? That's why they was over there, because they
Yeah.
know teachers ain't gonna look for them over there.
You know
what I mean?
we got them type of teachers.
Right,
They
you
don't
know,
care.
they don't come over here.
They
You know,
don't
we
care.
can go ahead and do what we do.
Yes,
But you know, it
yes.
was nasty, but you know, we can do what we do, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna find us over here.
You
They
know.
never found them either doing it. They only caught him because they were reviewing the camera for
Right.
the little boy supposedly pulling little girl's hair.
Right, and the camera was like in an area that was facing like a area around the corner. I think they said
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so now I gotta say, not to get on that other point that you
Okay.
were saying about where they learned that from. Now, there is a lot of kids out here that's learning a lot of stuff from home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, you know, even and I can remember as far back, man. I think I was like K5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember this because it was shocking to me,
Okay.
you know, and it was a preschool in West Lawn, what used to be West Lawn.
Right, I remember.
And so I'm there one day, and I remember and not to be so explicit and not to be so detailed, but
Right.
I need to just kind of put it out there. This little boy was rubbing on this woman. I mean, twanks to her legs tight rubbing. And she just sitting there, oh, stop it. And all the little boys is around her. Now, my thing is that there is some sick adults out here
Very sick.
that will teach these kids that type of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to, you asked the question. You said, where they learning that from? It could be a multitude of places, but I'm pretty sure that they've seen it somewhere.
Well, you know, you got to remember, you know, we live in a different era now. The kids that are here now are raised in a different era than we were raised in. So now they have technology, they have their phones, and a lot of us, and I have been guilty of that as well, where I didn't put like parental controls or supervision,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
codes or whatever to my kids' phones, and you know the type of stuff. I didn't really monitor as much as of all the content that they were looking at. So you know they don't necessarily have to. I don't think they're learning necessarily all from home. I think that because of the World Wide Web. And if it's not supervised, you know what I mean? And like I said, I was guilty of that. You know, I got a little bit better at it as I got older, but, you know, I don't know how much I missed and how much they had consumed before I did catch that and decided to, okay, I really need to tighten up on this stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the internet, if you're not careful, the internet will raise your kids. You know, you got little kids that know how to work tablets and stuff better than you'll ever know. They come up just knowing how to do it. They might not even know what 2 + 2 is. They might tell you Kool-Aid.
Right.
So it's 2 + 2 Kool-Aid, but they know how to work that tablet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
So I mean,
definitely.
they're very, very you know, as far as technically
Savvy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, they can get anything off of it. So just for me, you know, just like I said, you know, me, you know, going through that experience with my kids, I just implore other parents, especially when you got smaller kids, to watch the content, put the parental controls on it, and govern what your kid watches, because you don't know what they're watching when you in the bathroom, or you entertaining, or whatever you doing. They in that room.
Right.
You think they're playing Roblox, they looking at something different.
Exactly.
You know what I
and,
mean?
and some of a lot of things that they may be into may be suggestive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In nature. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I would have to say that the fact that, you know, yeah, you're right, because there is this other dynamic
Right.
of the internet and
Yes.
social media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you go ahead and you scroll through Facebook, or you scroll through Instagram, or you scroll through TikTok, yeah, anything could pop up.
Well, you know,
anything could pop up.
You got to remember the algorithm. You know what I mean? And you know, for me, you know, all this is a lot of this is satanic. You know what I mean? And it gives Satan more of a range.
Definitely.
You know, especially for our little kids. So just out of the strength of that, we really have to put, you know, tighten it down for our kids, because if we're not raising them, who is or what is?
Yeah.
So you got to think about that.
Culture. Yeah.
Satan.
So
you know what I'm
enough.
saying? You know, you don't want the world raising your kids.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy. You ain't got to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? You have kids, you got to deal with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta raise a child the way they should go. You know what I'm saying? That's biblical, but that's what I got though.
Man, I feel you, bro. Hey, y'all let y'all comments be known in the comment section below,
Yeah.
and let us know what you think about this clip right here, this story. You know, of course, all of this is allegedly. You know, we're going off of a story, but we're just sharing our opinions and our views and our thoughts with you. So go ahead, remember to Hulk smash that like button.
That like button.
And like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hit
All
that
that good
notification bell so you can be notified when we come up with new videos.
Yeah.
Until next time,
Peace.
peace.